Am I on? I am. Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning. I wish I had some chapstick. So, yeah, it's early. It's early for me. I knew, and maybe it's early for you, but maybe, yeah, it's early. It's early for me. I knew, and maybe it's early for you, but maybe this is one of my things. I choose to believe that this is the exact right time for me to get onto TikTok for an hour. Let me do this so I can read. I choose to believe that this is the exact right time that I'm getting onto TikToks because I'm here to help you. I know it's early, especially, well, not even especially because I'm on the East Coast, so it's probably even earlier for some of you that are on the West Coast and whatnot. But I promised. I promised I would be here for you. And the neat thing is I made that happen. So even just practicing, keeping my promises to myself and to other people, boom, boom, as I would say, and I do, and I did. So hey, my name is Beth. Destination Decluttered is me. I'm the problem, it's me. And I am a decluttering life coach. And I'm here for the next hour or so. Let me check my calendar here. Yep, I'm here for about the next hour or so to help you with your clutter and your stuff. So I know it's a Sunday morning. I know that it was Saturday night last night. Am I right, people? But maybe you're up and maybe you're just scrolling on your phone in bed. Maybe you're puttering around. You made yourself a cup of tea. Not only is it Sunday, but it's the beginning of the week. Today could be the day that you say, hey, you know what? I'm sick of my clutter. I want to do something about it. I just need a few tips. I need some motivation to get started. Here, that's what I'm here for. For the next hour, I am here to answer your questions. Where are you stuck with your clutter? What's the clutter that's kind of in the way? Oh, wait, here I am. Let me rearrange this here. I did a TikTok live yesterday from somewhere else in my house. Oh, the living room. And I didn't have my little map points to point at, so I was a bit thrown off. But I love to use the kind of road trip metaphor to help you get to where you want to go to without the drama. Okay, this is what really helped me, was to say, this is where my life is now. But for the first time in forever, I really said, what do I want my home to look like? What do I want? How do I want to feel when I'm in my home? And how do I want my home to function? I actually kind of made that even larger and said my life, but I'm here to help you with clutter. Clutter is a nice, easy place to start learning about yourself. You start learning about the stuff that you have held on to, and it's probably, a lot of it. And then you give yourself a chance to ask, why? Why did I even keep this? Right? And the answer can be like, I don't know, whatever, or it can be really insightful. And then based on that knowledge from the deep end of the pool, then you swim over to like the kiddie pool and say, okay, knowing that, what can I do? What can I do? What can you do today to get your life moving in the direction of how you want it to look and feel? Good morning, Annalisa Pixel Pitbull. Nice to see you. It was an unexpectedly late night for me. But here's the neat thing I want to share with you. If I had not written down that I was going to do a TikTok live at 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Now, I planned this last week because if you know my Destination Decluttered TikTok page, you know that I always put a video with the week's TikTok lives on it, posted pinned to the top of my thing. So if you haven't been there and you don't know me, could you give me a follow? That would be really cool. But I say that because it was like last week when I said, oh yeah, it's Sunday, I can get there 8 o'clock, whatever. Well, last night we ended up staying up extra late because we were finishing watching that TV show, The Bear, about the restaurant tour in Chicago, right? And I knew I was going to be up late. And then I knew I had to get up early to do this. But I wrote it down for myself. I said I was going to make it happen. I also got external accountability. So sometimes when I do coaching with people, and even when I show up on these lives, I could be your external accountability. I said to you, anybody who was on my page within the past week, here's the schedule for the rest of the Destination Decluttered TikTok lives I'm going to do for the rest of July. Now, yesterday, some of you may have discovered that I popped up and did one unexpectedly. I may do that, but I scheduled myself in for certain ones. I had an idea, I wrote it down, I put it on my calendar, then I shared that information. I kind of made a promise to people that I don't even know to show up and do it. And you know what? I'm here. Now, I will say that my gas tank is not 100% full, so maybe this afternoon I'll be taking a little nap, kind of, get my energy back. But just notice the power of a couple of things. And this is kind of life skill things, but also clutter. If you say to yourself, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want my home to look like? If you write it down, that allows you to say, yeah, that's how I want it to be. Right? If you share with somebody, like you put here, like the Miller Chicks, hey, Miller Chicks, I'm doing a year of decluttering, all right, do that. That's awesome. You can do it. Decluttering is not that difficult, people. Sure, there are difficult parts in it, or parts that are more difficult than others. So much of it is just kind of asking yourself the same question over and over again. And this is why I don't go to people's houses and declutter for them, because to be like, what's this thing? Do you want to keep it? If you want to keep it, where does it go? If you don't want to keep it, how do we get rid of it? Really, that. It can be so simple, okay? So that's why I'm here, to help you with that. So if you have any questions specifically, why are you stuck? Are you overwhelmed? I get that a lot. Overwhelm just, all it means, think about this. Overwhelm means you think you're in over your head. You think you're overwhelmed. It's over you. Choose to think a better thought. Overwhelm. Oh, it's too big. I can't deal with it. You feel kind of depressed and, uninspired, and then you don't do anything. I can't do anything. It's too big. It's too big. There's so much. My whole house, my whole life. All the dramatic kind of language you use, like the kind of, I'm about to, fall down on my fainting couch, like mystery and all that. That just keeps you stuck. I mean, it may be dramatic. Here's all the reasons why I can't do it. Right? I've been there. I know. I do that myself sometimes still. But what I have learned is that when you get over the drama and all that unhelpful stuff, just try this. Just try to create a better thought. How about, that's not overwhelming. I can chunk that down into little bits, and that little bit is going to help me get started. I can start right now. Here's a tip, and I bet if any of my regular people are here, they will attest to this, that many people will tune into my TikTok lives, and I know it's early. You may not want to be decluttering. Maybe you might wake up people, but just absorb this, that you can listen to a TikTok live and get up and putter around and put stuff away. Okay? Pixel Pitbull says, I like the idea of deciding the perimeters of how to decide rather than each individual choice. Okay, now what I think you mean, and this is what I think too, Blonde Ambition, yeah, the more helpful thinking has changed it. I've also seen Carmelin tips for male decluttering. So I want to say certain things. And actually, you know what? I'll kind of bundle it up. The positive thinking. So tips for male decluttering, along with the notion of how to kind of bundle your choices, your decisions, so you don't totally empty your decision-making energy within a first get-go, is male. Okay, so male. Tips for male decluttering. My tips for male decluttering, I feel like I'm writing a book, come under the header of, and I'm doing this because if any of you know, I'm going to talk about the 3 layers of clutter, the way I teach it. Surface clutter, stored clutter, sentimental clutter. Male clutter is usually it's on the surface, right? You have it down, it's on the table, it's on the counter, it's on the desk. It's a little bit of everywhere. Some of it's in a box, some of it's in a bag, some of it's in your pocketbook, right? Gather it all up. Gather up all your mail into a pile, just one big pile, okay? This is strategic. Gather it all up in one pile and then categorize it. Sort it. This is where it goes from being surface clutter. You get it off of all your surfaces, you bring it all together, and then you treat it like you would stored clutter, which is you have to sort it before you store it, right? Sorting is my easier way of saying organizing, because you don't want to necessarily organize it. What you want to do is categorize it. When you're sorting it, what you're doing is you're sorting it into different piles, like you were in the mailroom. Like you're working in the mailroom. Oh, that one goes to the CEO. Oh, this one goes to the secretary. Oh, this one goes to the guy who, is buying records out there in the warehouse, Categorize your mail. Your mail probably comes in a few different categories, okay? Good morning, good morning. Mail is going to be, you get your junk mail, right? The spam that comes through your mailbox. Put that stuff right in your recycle bin, right? So you've got junk mail. You've got important mail, right? You've got personal mail, okay? So you've got that. So how about this? Since I don't know about you, but I so rarely get personal mail, open that stuff up first and enjoy it. Why not? Junk mail goes, spam goes in the recycle bin, right? And then you're left with that category of important mail, okay? Important mail. Now you take that and you categorize it. You open up that mail. You immediately, please, oh, please, oh, please, you immediately recycle the envelopes that they came in and any of that other random crap that they tend to put in there. Bare necessities, as they would say. You are going to find that your important mail is usually two things. It's either something I have to do something about or something that seems important I feel like I need to file away. Okay? File away the important stuff. If you need it, you know where it is. It's away. But then look at the stuff you need to do something about and, hopefully, and then create a process. Maybe you do it right away. You say, I open it and then I pay my bills that very same day and then I'm done. Or maybe what you do is you have a basket or something that you put your mail in that's open that you need to do something with. And then at a certain day and a certain time every week, not religiously, but consistently, that's what you do. Habits, okay? Habits. Try that. And as Annalisa said, perimeters, how to decide each individual choice. What you're doing is you're making one choice that covers that entire category. So you're not like, oh, this goes here, this goes here. You start the sorting and then you can use your brain more efficiently. Okay. Oops. Hit the wrong button. There we go. There you go. So Dixie Picks 79. Here's a fun thing I want to offer to you. Is you say, can't bear to sit down and go through it. I have stacks of mail and I can't bear to sit down and go through it. What's the next story? Why don't you want to sit down and go through it? I bet you anything it's because you have a bad thought, you have a less than helpful thought that is you're making yourself feel like crap about the mail, right? Oh my gosh, I'm such a lood, whatever, I don't have a system, I let this get out of hand, this is so overwhelming, I don't know what to do with it, I hate this, blah, blah, blah. Notice all that kind of unhelpfulness. That doesn't get you going now, does it? No, it just reinforces, it just kind of digs you in deeper, it keeps you stuck, digs you in deeper, okay? Dixie Picks in everybody, this is the key to it, and it's not like yippee skippy, like sunshine and lollipops and moonbeams and everything. It's, constructive, positive thinking based in the less than helpful thinking. So less than helpful thought makes you feel a certain feeling it not so great makes you not do so great. You say, I can sit down and go through this. This is not going to be as bad as I think. Can you imagine even if you just said to yourself, Dixie Picks, or anybody here who's not starting something, how about just this phrase, it's not going to be as bad as I think it is. It is not going to be as bad as I think it is. This isn't going to be that bad. I bet I could just set my timer on my phone for 20 minutes, and I can do a lot in 20 minutes. When the timer goes off, I can stop. I don't have to keep on going, but why don't I just see how bad it is? I'll start with the easy stuff. I'll do the categorizing, the throwing away of the stuff, and then I'll see what I have left, 20 minutes. Notice how those kind of answers to the call and response from your unhelpful thought. You do something different, you think a better thought. Better thought makes you feel better. Maybe you're going to sit down right now. How about this, Dixie Picks? I bet you could go through your mail as soon as I'm done with my TikTok live at 9 o'clock. Or do what I did to get myself here at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday after a very late Saturday night, is external accountability, even to yourself. Write it down. Tell me. Put it in the comments to say, hey, everybody, hold me to this. I said I'm going to go through my mail today and I'm going to do it. And then tomorrow when I do a TikTok live, let's see when I schedule myself for that, 8 o'clock in the morning again. You could show up again and be like, check me out. I did my mail and it wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay? Just notice that your thoughts influence your feelings influence your actions. I like to think of it easier because this is my brain. I like to think of things in like alliterations, destination, decluttered, surface, stored, sentimental. This is what I call like the 4 H's, which is head, heart, hand, and home. Okay, there we go. We got some folks tuning in with some good ideas from your own kind of bag, your own kind of toolkit. Thank you for sharing that when I'm busy trying to answer one question. Also, too, for anybody who has not met me yet, my name is Beth. Destination Decluttered is what I'd much rather you remember. I am a decluttering life coach. I show up and do TikTok lives a lot, though I will say starting today and tomorrow are going to be pretty much my last official ones for July, because I'm going off the digital grid for almost 10 days. I will be back. And I am doing a couple of cool things. I have a destinationdecluttered.com. If you go to my website, you can sign up for my free mailing list. Get on that, because I'm going to send out an email today, to everybody on it with some really cool things. I've got a group Zoom coming up that's going to be before the end of July. I'm going to do a pop-up helping you declutter your schedule, your time, so you have stuff to do. It's a free pop-up Zoom workshop I'm going to do, but only for people on the mailing list. So if you're interested in that, you're interested in a free habit tracker that I send out that's attached to your welcome email, interested in doing a monthly Zoom with a group, I do that once a month. We just had the one for July, and I'm going to do the one for August in August. But I'm going to wait until after I get back from my trip to schedule that, because I don't even know. I kind of know what August looks like, but I want to be a lot closer to it before I make that decision, because this is how I roll. I'm the problem. It's me. So just notice. Oh, Cara Mullen. Yeah, technically this is my husband's mug. I usually have one that says like "Follow your dreams" and all this kind of stuff, but it's in the dishwasher, and we are both huge Beatles fans. So yeah, this was a good cup for this morning. I throw junk mail away as soon as my mail comes in the house. See, that could be a good idea. Here's another thing too. Dixie picks on everybody. I've kind of forgot this. Notice how the process I outlined about getting your mail together and stuff only dealt with the mail that had already accumulated, that what I call like the backlog of stuff. When you are decluttering your home, you're going to be dealing with stuff that's been there for a while. Another crucial part of decluttering is also changing your habits when things come in on a daily basis or frequently, so you don't allow it to pile up again. So maybe what you do is you get all this stuff together, you do these categorizings for all this mail, and then maybe what you do is the next time the mail comes, you do that same thing on a daily basis. You put the stuff in the recycle bin, you open things up, you throw that stuff away, you file the things that need to be filed, or you put them in a basket and do it weekly, and then you do something with your things, okay? Changing your habits, even habits of talking to yourself in your head so you feel better, so you do something. There we go. Taking the drama out helped me so much. Yes. Here's my thought on drama. Drama burns up emotional energy. In order to be dramatic, you are using your emotional energy. And to me, emotional energy burned up with drama is energy wasted. I want to conserve my emotional energy so that I can use it in places that light me up as opposed to drag me down. I want to be fully present and engaged and being like, oh my gosh, I've got this awesome thing to do, versus being exhausted because I did all this dramatic stuff and now I can't even, right? That's how I roll. And I find that when I am mindful of that, I say, if I get dramatic about this, it's just going to burn my energy. I'm getting older. My energy isn't as much as I used to have. Trust me, but so I want to conserve it for the good stuff, there we go. There you go. All sorts of people. See, yeah, Vintage Crush. Just notice. You said, I tell myself, paper is my nemesis. I hate to tell you this, but paper is like trees that, are living their best life. It's paper can be really helpful. This is my list of things I wanted to do yesterday. I did like 99% of these things. 90, because we got stuck in a rainstorm. But paper can be your friend. Think about that. Instead of doing that, what's the opposite? Everybody, I love playing with this because it can be fun and it can be like a game. You say paper is my nemesis. What is the opposite of nemesis to you? What could paper be? I think paper is my helper. Paper helps me plan my life. Paper helps me get shit done. That's what I say. And when I do, I'm like, thank you, paper. Thank you for telling me that I'm here until 9 o'clock and then I have a little bit of a window and then I've got stuff going on. There we go. Okay, Josie is saying she's not, more people with mail. Popping away here. Okay, so this is a really good one. I haven't talked about this. Hey, Crystal's World. Nice to meet you from Virginia. I'm on the East Coast as well. I'm so glad you found me. Yeah, get curious. Actually, it's funny, Annalisa, the difference between get curios. Get curios is going to probably clutter you up, little tchotchkes and stuff like that. Get curious, yes. Just ask yourself. KRD-UWU is storing dolls that my daughter has outgrown, thinking she might want this someday, and she's 14. ask her. Get her involved in the decluttering process, okay? So many people I help with decluttering, doing the one-on-one coaching, the TikTok lives, are saving things for somebody else, thinking, just if they have a thought in their head, this person might like this. How about going directly to the source? How about asking her, hey, do you want this? I am saving this for you. Do you want it, or are you ready to let it go? And I will say this, notice this, we are all showing up early morning on a Sunday TikTok because we were taught certain ways to think and act about our clutter. And the ways that we are thinking and acting about our clutter isn't leading us to the life or the home that looks and feels like we want it to. Because if it did, we wouldn't be talking about clutter, because it wouldn't even be a blip on your radar. How about we be the generation? I don't know how old you are. I'm Gen X. I'm in my 50s. I'm only looking over here because I need to see what date it is. Maybe this is the generation, maybe this is a year that you break the habit, the cycle, the pattern of unhelpful thoughts and feelings and action of clutter within your family, so that you don't overlay your hangups about clutter onto the next generation. Like, I don't have kids, right? But I have some things that I'm saving that I think my nieces and nephew might like. But that my stuff is more of like the family origin stuff, But if I had them, I would totally be getting them into working on decluttering their own stuff, because it's a life skill. Think about this. Decluttering is a life skill. Decluttering is the act of saying to yourself, do I want this thing in my life or not? And being cool with the answer and acting on that answer, either keeping it and finding it a home, or saying, no, I don't want it, and removing it. It's as simple as that. And think about what a strong muscle, what a really good thing to have is if you went into the world knowing that you could answer to yourself, do I want this thing in my life? Do I want this food on my plate? Do I want this job opportunity? Do I want this person in my life? Do I want this? Yes or no? And trusting yourself to make the decision that feels right to you and acting accordingly. Oh my God. If I had trusted my gut when I was 14, I would like to think I would still have this marvelous life. It would just work out that way. But man, did I have to go through a lot of freaking drama and challenges to get to where I am now, to say, this is what I want my home to look like. This is what I want my home to feel like. This is how I want it to function. This is how I want my life to look and feel and function. And it's that way now. I'm working on it now. But I could have been here so much earlier if I had been taught to make these decisions and not be like, I don't know, I'm just going to delay it. I'm just going to whatever, okay? I say that to everybody. Work on that decision-making muscle that is like, this is important to me in my life. We never know when our last day is going to be. I'll be honest, my husband and I, we were out doing, boring tasks yesterday. We were out shopping, picking up vitamins and whatever. We got a text that a guy we know died. He was definitely not as old as us. He was out celebrating with his wife. They went out and he collapsed and never got up. So none of us know, none of us know our last day. So make the most of the days you have, okay? Boom. There we go. All right, we got a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. Okay, so Coach K4U just said that they signed up for my Destination Decluttered mailing list. Awesome. I'm going to be sending out a really good one today. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So KRD, you and I are like the same age. Seriously. And it's okay. Just get your daughter involved with the doll stuff, but then you say to yourself, I am 56. This is the stuff that I did back then. What served me? What do I want? And keep that stuff. But what didn't work out for me? What do I not want? Today, start that decision making so that when you're 57, 58, 59, 99, 100, all of those years, all of those years that are, you will be more in tune. You'll be surrounded by the stuff you love, the people you love, the experiences you love. Okay? There we go. All right. Patricia Luby, I emailed you my email so I could be on your list. Okay, I will get that email, but I will say this. How you get on the mailing list, I will tell Patricia, you might want to try this too, just to practice. Nolo, you too, and anybody else who wants to be there. DestinationDecluttered.com, my website. Go to that and there is a join button on the top page. It just goes to a really simple form. You put your email list, you put your email address in the form, and you hit submit, and you automatically, boom, like magic, will be on the mailing list and get a welcome email. I will say this, if you don't get the welcome email, because sometimes the email filters on my email service erroneously catch people that they think are, not good. So if you don't get the welcome email when you sign up, check your spam filter. It's going to come from Beth@destinationdeclutter.com. But if you don't have it, email me directly and I'll see if you are, whatever reason, you've got a flag on your email on my thing, and I can get the flag removed. Okay. I love it. I threw them both away. Yes, that's awesome. How to recover quickly when get fatigued from making decisions. Stop, I don't say stop making decisions. Pause the decision-making process. Allow your tank. It's like trying to drive forward on an empty gas tank. Allow yourself to refill. Go do something else that doesn't require decision-making. Make yourself a cup of tea. Take a nap. Take a walk. Just allow your brain to recover. Decision-making can be difficult, and especially if you're not used to it, and especially if you have a lot of decisions to make, okay? Allow your tank to refill, There we go. Yeah, Power Dreamer just said they signed up for the mailing list. I see a bunch of people signing up. Very cool. Now, I want to tell you that, I don't spam anybody. It's free. It's really good. I do this because, if there weren't, we are so lucky that we have social media. But if social media decides to do something else, we would never be able to get in touch. This is a way I can maintain touch with you, and also, frankly, send the good stuff to you. This is where you're going to find out when I do coaching sessions, consultations, things like that. All sorts of good stuff. So, okay, let me see what other things. How do you sign up for the mailing list? DestinationDeclutter.com/join. Everybody. Okay, a lot of people want to be there. Okay, I don't know. I just got swamped with paper, boxes of paper. Rusty Monkey, notice. I don't know. What if you did know? You do know. I just got swamped with paper, boxes of paper. Notice the swamped, the boxes. That to me indicates a bit of overwhelm thinking. No big deal. We all do it. We all say, this is too big. I can't handle it, so I don't start. Right? Chunk that down. How about opening up one box of paper, setting your timer for 20 minutes and seeing how far you get? Chunk it down into little bits. Think over. This is how I make things so easy, people. Over equals down. Over means stuck. You're going to get stuck. If you feel overwhelmed, you're going to say, this is too big. Whatever, you do nothing. On the other hand, you say, I'm going to take that overwhelm. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to chunk it down. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to look down on it and say, I got this. I can do this thing in front of me. It's not like this. It's above me. It's not over me. I can do this. And you chunk it down. You chunk down. I'm going to just do a box. I'm going to do it for 15 minutes. I'm going to only do this room. I'm going to do this part of the room. I'm going to only do surface clutter. Whatever it is. The main thing is to get started. Now, this is one of the things I have yet to mention on this TikTok Live. I will say this too. If you're interested in listening to more of my TikTok Lives and when I am away and just at your leisure when you are decluttering, folks have told me they put them on and then they put them on in the background and they walk around. They're so much easier to declutter. ADHD people, about body doubling. A lot of people use that. I download my TikTok Lives that I do and upload them to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. So if you want to listen to them then, feel free. And there's a whole bunch of them. So when I'm gone, you have plenty to choose from, right? But the thing I want to mention too is, crap, now I forget what it is because I got myself sidetracked. Okay, we were talking about overwhelm. Chunking it down, thoughts and feelings. It'll come to me. It's all good stuff. What do we have? All right. Oh, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. Yeah. Maybe a quick shout out. This would be fun for me. Okay. I'm going to share with you. I rarely ask for anything from you. I'm not but if you haven't liked my TikTok page, could you like my TikTok page? It will allow you to know when I'm back on TikTok doing lives again, videos, because it's going to look like my page is just going to go on vacation because I'm going on vacation and I want to be out of it. But if you could like my TikTok page, I'm within less than 100 people of hitting 20K. And that's kind of a big deal for me because I only started really honestly showing up on TikTok the way I wanted to at the beginning of March. So this has been fun. This lets me know that people are being helped by what I want to do, and it helps me. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. Thank you for the habit tracker. I need to start using it. It's great. The great thing is Angie, is that you can just print out another one, start it today, doing that. All right, I love this. What else we got? Love the Beatles, me too. Yay. Yay, good stuff. Where did I get my frames? Actually, this is really funny. So I have an eye doctor down the street from me called Visual Edge in Phoenixville, PA. I'm going to be doing a TikTok video from them because they're so great. I got these frames. My frames are getting kind of rough. I can't believe I've worn these same glasses for multiple years. Like, time just flies. I may be getting new glasses. I'm supposed to get some new ones before I go on my vacation. Don't know if they're coming, but I will be doing a video from them. There we go. Okay, tamales coñaca. How do I know what I should file away and throw out? I feel like I need to save everything. Okay, just get curious about this. I did a really good video, and I've got a couple about sorting paper, which is, why are you saving it? Why are you saving it? Just get curious to yourself. These are the two reasons I would say saving things. Three. One is, you've got a habit and it's very simple and you just do it and it works. Like, that's me. I don't think much because I don't have to think about it. I just do it because the habit I've had for the last 18 years. But is it something you're going to need to prove that you bought something if you're going to claim it on your taxes or when you're selling your house? Are you saving it because you might return something and it's the window of opportunity? Ask yourself why you're saving it. And ask yourself if you ever go back and actually look at those things. Okay? The answer can be no, but just have that conversation with yourself and ask yourself that. Why did I do that? Oh my goodness, 44 new messages. Let me see if I can get to them. I will be here for the next half hour. There we go. Yeah, Crystal's World just joined, excited, just moved and stoked I found you. You know what? The universe provides. It does. What's a good book on decluttering? Oh my God, A.C. Wilde. There are a bunch of them there, but I have to tell you, I have helped people declutter their houses more than once. And one of the things I have found is multiple copies of the same decluttering book. You do you. You find there's a bunch of them out there. Whichever one you use, here's I will tell you this. Let me take a sip. A bunch of people on my mailing list. Thank you so much. Let me share this with you. Whatever book you buy about decluttering will work. It will. Pick a book. Doesn't matter what book. It will work if you follow what's in it. Don't go looking for that perfect magic bullet. Maybe I'm that magic bullet. Maybe nothing else has worked and I'm going to make a difference for you. I can only make a difference so far. You are the one that needs to change your habits, do some different stuff. Exactly. Pomodoro timer is helpful. 25 minutes off, 5 minutes off. There we go. What do we do, Deborah Smith says, with the decluttered items? You either save it because you want it and you put it away someplace that makes sense to you, or you donate it somewhere, you sell it somewhere, you give it away, you throw it away. Whatever works for you. Just because you buy the book doesn't mean it's going to do it. I joke about my mother buying cleaning supplies. It's like, Ma, that you still have to use them to clean the house. It doesn't, just because you bought it doesn't mean you actually did it. Like, you're a step in the right direction, but that's the action of buying. No, the action of doing, getting up, standing up, moving your hands, moving stuff, Yeah, top 15 decluttering books, and you've got to declutter the books, right? There we go. I love it. What else do we have? Thank you very much to the people who are kind of the helpers in the crew too. It always happens, and I just delight in this because people seem to be so negative about social media. But what all of my experience doing this has found, that this attracts a wonderful group of people, that when I am answering one person's question, other people are chiming in because you can read these things a lot faster than I can. I got to be honest, I have trifocals in here, so I'm like this, and I'm like this, and I'm like this, trying to read the things. Right? So thank you for offering up your suggestions. And just notice this more helpful thought. You may think, oh my gosh, I struggle with clutter. You may struggle with clutter, but you could probably help somebody else in this, in the chat, because you know stuff that they don't. You've done something that works for you. We're all kind of a hive mind, right? Rising tide floats all boats and all that, All right. Deborah Smith, I need to clean and declutter. This is what I was going to say. Thank you. Okay, now I just remembered something I haven't mentioned, which is kind of goofy considering my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Destination Decluttered. It's like a road trip, okay? Notice how I'm pointing at, you are here on the map. You got here by doing certain things, but you're here. Some of the things in your life are rocking. Keep rocking what's working. Things that aren't working in your life, change it so it works. That's what we're doing here. But we're going to start with, and Deborah Smith and everybody else, it's never too late to revisit or invent or recreate or alter your destination, which is, what do you want your home to look like? What do you want to feel like when you're in your home? Write this shit down, people. What do you want your home to function like? Now, function is easy. Function to me is, I want to be able to easily find the items I need without drama, without fuss, within the shortest amount of time. I want to be able to locate whatever item I need in my house. I want it to be working so I can use it in good condition, so I feel good wearing it. And when I'm done with it, I want to be easily able to put it away, not put it down, so I'm not adding to my clutter. I want to have the exact right amount of stuff for me. I don't want to have too much. Clutter is abundance, which is, abundance is great, but abundance can be too much. Too much. Notice how that feeling, oh my God, this is all too much. There's even a Beatles song called It's All Too Much, am I right? And I think it's from Yellow Submarine, right? It's all too much. It doesn't have to be all too much, because you know what? All you need is love. Love yourself enough to say, for the love of God, what do I want my life to look and feel like? If it's like that now, love it, live it, rock on, inspire other people. That's what I'm doing. But if it's not, that's okay. Figure out where it's not doing its thing, and then write the opposite. If you're cluttered, you want to be uncluttered, whatever, because you want to do it. I need to declutter. Why do you need to? Because you want to feel better inside? Perfectly worthy goal. Because I need to sell my house? Awesome goal. Because I am sick of living where I can't find anything. Whatever it is important to you, write that thing down so you know what you're aiming for. And that's going to be, and fall in love with it. All you need is love for your destination to say, I'm going to get there. This is going to be fun. Get that, ignite the spark in yourself like a road trip destination. If you're not excited about where you're going, that's not a road trip. That's a commute. A road trip is like, we're going to Disney. Oh my God, we're going to Route 66. We're going to drive Route 66. I'm driving from the East Coast all the way over to California. You know what I'm doing? I'm driving to the beach. You know what I mean? I'm going to go get an ice cream. All of those destinations are like, woohoo, at the end, right? Pa-ching. Get that. I'm going to get ice cream, drive to the beach, Disney, Route 66, California, wherever you are excited to go to. Notice that feeling in your body when I say those things, and see what things you want to do in your life give you that same feeling. Write it down. That's your destination. Fall in love with it. Love yourself enough to say, I really want to get there. I can get there. I'm going to do things to get me there. And then you paddle over to the shallow end of the pool, even though I know technically we're driving. And then you say, okay, what can I do today to start my journey towards that decluttering? And even if you just say, I am going to change my life and I want it to look and feel this way, that is totally admirable. And important, because when you lose steam, which you will, when your decision making is exhausted, when you're tired, you may want to give up. This is me and my coaching. I love my coaching so much. I am so excited about being able to help people, being good at something, like helping people with something I'm good at and I enjoy has been something I've been searching for years. And especially one that I can do where I don't have to go to people's houses, where I can do it on my schedule. All of this stuff is only because I said to myself, this is what I want in my life. And I'm working towards it. I'm saying, does that get me there? Nope, not going to do it. Is this going to get me there? Yes, going to do it. You know, there we go. Reduce stress at home because work is bad enough. Sci-Fi Nova, what a awesome destination. How can you reduce the stress in your home? By decreasing the amount of stuff in it, by making it easier to find stuff so you're not tripping over things. So it looks good when you walk in. So you're not, late on your bills because you can't find it. There we go. Deborah Smith, my clutter is dusty and filthy and contributes to my intense anxiety. Boy, Deb, you got a lot of informational words on the unhelpful side. How about this? You want your destination. This is how you figure out your destination. What is your life like now that you don't dig? What's the opposite? My clutter is dusty. You want a clean home. You don't want it to be dusty. You want it to be clean and sparkling because it's not filthy. It contributes to anxiety. I want my house to contribute to my intense relaxation. I want my house to be clean and sparkling and calm and relaxing. Write that down, Deb. That's your destination. Work on that. How can you get that? What is causing you the anxiety? This is why I'm not only just a decluttering coach, I'm a decluttering life coach. I have certification in life coaching because I get into that. Like, this is why we always talk about, it's not just moving the stuff around. It's not just the organizing. You have to talk about the stuff behind the stuff and figure out why you're doing what you're doing. When you know why you're doing it because you want to get there. When you know why you're doing it, you can change the things that ain't working. Okay? There we go. Inviting to guests. Yeah, see, there you go. You want to be able to open the door and if friends come over, you say, come on in. There we go. I want to feel at ease in my home. Who doesn't? Yeah, see, even other people, this is a really neat thing, is that other people are saying, hey, this worked for me. I want to feel at ease in my home for your nervous system and peace of mind and ease. Yes, literally, I have a little Post-it note. For me, I will share you. Mine is flexibility and peace of mind are always like, is this going to give me flexibility? Is this going to give me peace of mind? If it doesn't, I really consider whether I want to do those things, What else do we have here? Oh, I love it. You guys are so good helping people with what they're struggling with. I am here for the next 20 minutes, and then I'm going to be off. I will be doing a TikTok live tomorrow morning, Monday at 8 a.m. I promise I'm going to get more sleep tonight because we were up, as I said, late last night watching the rest of the Bear, which just made me hungry because all the food looking good, right? But I'll be honest, my tank, I'm at like 3/4, half a tank, and I've got stuff to do today. And I know that, so I'm going to actually carve out some time today. I'm going to block some time out on my calendar because this is how I do it, and this is what I teach. When you, so I just want to, and I'm gonna, take a nap or just chill so I can get my energy back up again, so that I can do laundry and pack and, be more perky and more on it when I'm doing my TikTok live tomorrow morning. There we go. What else do we got? Yeah, the Bear, very cool. Very cool. Any tips on organizing medical records and Medicare paperwork? Angela, I don't know a lot about that, but here's what I would think just in general is I know it's stuff that you may need to refer to someday. There may be different categories in it. I don't know. I mean, you could literally just have one folder that says Medicare paperwork. And then when you need something, you could rifle through it. I don't know the categories of them, but here's what I would look is just the visual categories. These papers look like they've got the same header. These ones are formatted the same. I'm going to put those ones all together here, those ones all together there, and do that, There we go. Nolo even says, breaking it down. Again, that kind of, instead of looking at the entire room, I now look at one area. The overwhelm of all the paperwork, you organize it. The overwhelm of the entire house, the entire room, I just look at one area and I work there. Okay. Auntie Janie is saying, what is the why behind clothes hoarding? I think it's unique to everybody, but I will say what I have found is a couple things. People who didn't grow up with a lot tend to accumulate more when they have the ability to do so, because they are making up for the time that when they grew up, they didn't have a lot of clothes. And now they have the ability to get those clothes. They think it's going to make them feel better because they didn't have something. They had lack, they were empty, and now they're trying to fill themselves. The problem is that it gets off kilter when it gets past a certain point. When you try to fill up that lack with abundance, and abundance is too much and it becomes hoarding, it becomes overwhelming. So just knowing that there is an emotional component to what happens when the person buys the things and buys the things and buys the things. Okay? Could be another thing. Maybe it's my body goes from size to size because I want to lose weight, gain weight, whatever. So maybe somebody has a ton of clothes, but they're all of different categories, different sizes, right? Saying, I'm not that size now, but no, it is a thought. I'm not that size now, but I would like to be that size someday, because that would make me feel good about myself to be that size. So therefore, I'm going to hold on to these clothes that are of that size until I fit into, with the hopes. Notice it's with the hopes that I hope I fit into them. If you want to do that, that's fine. I suggest packing away clothes of different sizes that don't fit with you so that you can increase the way that your house functions. So you're grabbing the clothes that fit you now. And then if you choose to, make decisions and do something different so your body does change size. If that doesn't work though, and I'm just saying it for my own self because I am trying, not desperately, I am trying to be more mindful of my food and what I'm eating. And I am a menopausal, postmenopausal woman who gained weight during COVID and menopause. So it's a different body than I had for the last 30, some odd years. And it's not working as well as I thought. And I bet there's some more drastic things I could do to help have my body lose, 5 or 10 pounds. I don't know if I want to do that. I want to do other things with my time. So maybe I just get happy with how my body is now, and then I'll be in a better position to say it's okay that I don't fit into those clothes that I used to fit into. I had a great time in those clothes now. I'm going to have a great time in this body and these clothes. Notice it's about thoughts and feelings. When you think and feel from fear, you're going to be clinging on to something. When you think and feel from love for yourself of who you are now and what you want, love for your future, falling in love with your future, that's when you can release things and love yourself. Now, speaking of love, I see that user 7889 has 7 bins for my mom's house after she passed, not knowing where to do it all. So besides overwhelm and where to get started and processes and systems and methods, which I rock on, I know the thing that people struggle with a lot is sentimental clutter. Stuff from your mom, she died, you've got her stuff. I've done videos on this. They're on my TikTok page. Again, I'm going to do a little plug to say if you haven't liked my TikTok page, please like it because I'm really close to hitting kind of a milestone number, and that would be really cool to just kind of be able to say people, to use as marketing. But I want to offer this to you. There are videos on my page about parental clutter, sentimental clutter, things like that. Find those. Those can help you. But what I will share with you now is just a couple of things. You can decide to keep or do away with, release any items in your life at any time. This may be the right time for you to look at those 7 bins from your mom's house. Maybe just 1 bin at a time. Instead of all 7, you say, I'm going to spend 20 minutes. I'm going to set the timer on my phone, my little Pomodoro, 20 minutes on my phone. I'm going to open up 1 bin. I'm going to work on this. Now, one of the reasons I bring up the 3 layers of clutter, the order, surface, stored, and sentimental, and I suggest to my one-on-one clients that I do one-on-one coaching with that they proceed in that order is because the decision-making for decluttering is a skill, is a habit, is a muscle that you're building, getting used to yourself saying, do I want this in my life, yes or no? If I want it, where am I going to put it? If not, how do I get rid of it, right? That is the whole process. It's literally like a little, box step if you were a dancer, right? Very simple. However, you need to build up your muscle in order to use that same process for your sentimental clutter, because the sentimental clutter involves your head and your heart and your feelings and your, all the things. So you want to be good with the repetition of doing it with the surface and the stored. You can go into your sentimental clutter already having created 2/3 of your life looking and feeling the way you want it to. And then you can say, is this stuff from my mom's house going to add to the way I want my home to look? Is this stuff from my mom's house going to add or detract from the way I want to feel in my home? Is the stuff from my mom's house going to add or detract from how I want my home to function? Now, only you can answer those questions. But what I want to offer you is whatever your answer is totally okay. Because it's your home, it's your life. And just because you don't like your mom's stuff doesn't mean you don't like your mom. On the flip side, just because you loved your mom doesn't mean you need to love her stuff. Your love for your mother lives in you. It might be triggered by you looking at something a visual thing. Hey, that mug mom used to drink her coffee out of. That reminds me of mom. I'm going to keep it. This isn't my mother's mug, but it has a story. You can choose to keep it or you can choose to give it away because you will never forget your mom. If there are certain things that you want to remember and you've got specific memories, take a picture of the item. Write the story down. Send a video to yourself telling the story so you can share it with others. Are you sharing some things? Are you saving sentimental things to share with other people? Share them now. Share the stories, share the photos, get that information out there now. Because like I said earlier about us not knowing how many days we have left on the planet, you may have days left on the planet, but your brain may not work like it used to. You may forget stories. And if that's what you're afraid of, another great way to write it down and kind of get it out of your head and somewhere else is to share that story with people that would be interested. If it's a family story, share it. Make a video, share it to them, write it down. Get the information out there so people know it. Don't wait. Do not wait to share the stories of the stuff that you want people to know about, because I will never forget the heartbreak I felt, and I can't even talk about it without feeling a little hitch in my heart, because my dad was always wicked sharp. He remembered everything. He was dates and facts and figures and history and all this stuff, but then he got sick, and I'll never forget taking his old slides from when he was in the Navy and digitizing them so he could see them and showing them to him. And at that time he was in a care place, and he's like, oh wow, oh that's so cool, that's when it was. And he had the date was totally wrong. He couldn't remember certain things. He was still alive, but like the part of him was already gone. So I implore you, there's a sense of urgency with some of that stuff. Our brains will decompose. Mine, that's why I use tools to help me. I write stuff down. I use my Trello. I do things because I know that my brain is not always going to be here. So while it's here, I want to help it. Okay? I love my dad. I remember stories about him. I don't need to keep all that stuff. I keep my love for him in my heart. And you can tell that because I think of him, and here's where he is, right? I just want to help you with that. I didn't mean to get all feels, but this is what happens. But it's okay. Notice here I am in front of people I don't even know, getting a little bit verklempt, as Mike Myers would say, about things. I felt a feeling. It came up unexpectedly. I felt it. I honored it. I worked through it. And now, like a rain shower, it has passed and I'm doing okay. I still feel it. It's all right. It's all right to feel the feelings. It's not like I went bursting into tears and whatever. It doesn't last as long as you think. The sadness you may feel when you're afraid to open up a bin of your mom's things because you're going to be sad that she's dead. You're already sad that she's dead. This is just going to be a reminder, okay? You can get through that. That's the rumble stuff on the road to your life looking the way you want to feel. All right? There we go. I have made items for people of their loved ones. Blankets I love because each one has a story. Love it. Love it. See, look at all the love we got here, people. It's good stuff here. It is stuff good. Thank you so much for all the follows. Oh, that sounds weird. Warning, permanent ban will ensue if live video does not within 30 seconds. I have no idea what that means. I might try to screenshot it, though. Let me see if that works. Huh. Go figure. I don't think I'm doing anything bad here. Oh, you know what? Maybe because I talked about something being unalived, I believe. There we go. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. See, thank you for looking out for me. Thank you for keeping the trolls away from all of us. It's like we're a little community, and it's like, no, trolls, go away. There we go. Okay, it's fake, I believe. You know what? Let's not even give it energy. Notice how I'm choosing to redirect my emotional energy and everybody else's to something better, okay? Good to know. I screenshotted it. We'll deal with it. You know what? Because we got 150 of us here. We are stronger than a troll, and we only have 8 minutes together, okay? So 8 minutes, y'all. Let's troll be gone. 8 minutes. How about this? It is still wicked early in the morning today. Why not do this? When I sign off now it's 7 minutes, just start to think about right now. How do you want to feel? How do you want your life to look and feel? How do you want to feel in your home? Know that you can do it. I'm going to heap on the good vibes to remind you, to ignite the spark in you, the glimmer. It might just be a little spark, but you can grow that flame. You can grow that. Oh my gosh, actually this is not mine. I think there's something that says flames on the inside of my t-shirt. You deserve to live a life you love with the time you have. You do. There we go. And get started on it. If you're already living some of it, I'm not saying everybody's life is horrible, but notice the proportions. The stuff that's working for you, keep on working. The stuff that you love, keep on doing it. Keep on all the love. But the stuff that isn't working for you, that is not giving you the desired result, change that. And it's like changing a habit and a system and a process with strategies. Okay? I am really good at this because I've done it for my life. I've helped other people. I coach people one-on-one. I get more into the coaching and try to just let you know about that, but I don't have any consultations for the next few weeks, and I've got a wicked lot of clients. So when I get back in August, late July, I will open it up for coaching. So just planting a seed. If you think you would like me as your one-on-one coach, that can happen. But I just want to offer that right now, today, 6 minutes from now, when I turn off, just experiment with this. Do something different. Shut off your phone. Shut off however I am reaching you, and just sit there. And please, oh please, oh please, get someplace to write this down. I'm going to do a silly video because these notebooks that have changed my life, literally, I get them at Staples, and they usually go on sale for the back to school. And sadly, Staples already thinks it's back to school. I got a bunch of these for 50 cents a piece. There you go. I did my master closet yesterday during my live. Yeah, your bedroom. Write this stuff down. Even today, maybe just go get yourself a cool notebook. Like, and I say cool notebook, it's a 50-cent college ruled. I like the college ruled. Went to college. Write down your stuff. This is the notebook. I will say this. When you're on the TikTok, when you're on the Destination Decluttered mailing list, I love it. Cheery and chic. We filled my husband's truck for a Goodwill run yesterday. Rock on. Liz Lemon, high five. When I get back from my trip, now, as I said, you and I are only going to be able to meet one more time between now and literally the end of July. It's crazy how it's mid-July. It's crazy how it's over mid-2023. Tomorrow I have a TikTok live. And then I won't be back on until almost the end of the month, maybe August. But what I will say is that when you're on the Destination Decluttered mailing list, email mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. I will be doing a group Zoom call about organizing your life using a notebook like this. It's only 50 cents. So how about between now and that time, if you want, you can go to Staples or, get one that works for you. These are workhorses, okay? These are not the fancy ones. I've got my fancy notebook here that I write down the good stuff. This is where you work. This is where you scribble. This is where you get your stuff. There we go, okay? And write down what you want your life to look and feel like. Write down how you want it to look in specifics. What colors, what smells. Activate your senses. Get it out of your head and onto paper. Out of your head, going out of my head over you. I'm Gen X, so I tend to speak in pop culture. But seriously, getting it out of your head is going to make such a huge difference, because when you can look at it out of your head, you act with it differently, okay? So there we go. I love this. Notebooks help if you use them. Gen X, Barbie, I am Gen X too. I think a lot of us are in this kind of sandwich, and we're saying, wait a minute, we're here at a certain point. Some things worked, but I got to change some stuff because I want my future to be different, okay? Journaling, notebooks, all of these things, books, things only work if you use them. If you decide not to use them, if you keep your hand closed because you're thinking of thought that makes you feel scared, you keep your hand closed. If you think a thought that makes you feel love, your hand will open. You will do things with your hand. You will pick up a pen. You will write these things down. I happen to be left-handed, so I'm picking up the pen, right? So just remember that. Have love for yourself to say, I deserve to, and heck, even set your timer. Say, I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to donate to your own life, to say, I deserve to figure out what are some important things, how I want to change my life. Okay? Yeah, exactly. Gen X, rock on, talking and song. Completely. There we go. Yeah, and you know what the neat thing is, Gen X, and with the paper and stuff like that, notice how up thread, somebody said, paper is my nemesis. I am hybrid. I have some stuff. I'm looking over here to my giant computer screen. I have a computer here. I have my phone. We're the great generation that can do the both and. We are very conversant in the digital world, but boy, do we know the power of writing something down versus trying to type it, about the connection between your head and your hand. When you slow down your brain enough to have to write it down in a sentence that's coherent to you in a, not a cursive, but in letters that you can actually read. I was reading a note to somebody that I wrote to myself the other day. I couldn't even read it. I had to do it. Seriously, donate to your own life, all right? It's 8:59. I'm going to sign off, and I just want to leave you with this. There we go. You know what? You got this. That's what I always think is you got this. If somebody had told me I've got this, whatever, that would have helped me. I'm helping you because that's what I say, all right? So do this. Show up for yourself. Decide that today is the day you're going to set your timer for 5 minutes and just sit there and write down what you want your home and life to look and feel like, and then hang out there and then reread it and engage the feelings. And if it doesn't come up feelings, get some specifics in there. It's like turning the key in your ignition every day is going to be you walking out to your car. This is the road trip metaphor. Every day you decide, am I going to turn on my car and drive towards my dreams? And how you turn on your car is you put in a key or maybe a fob, but you ignite. It's the ignition. Notice in your car, there's a key that ignites a spark that gets you moving in the right direction, just like your car. And the key to it is you saying to yourself, I am going to pick a destination that I love and I'm excited to get to, and I have decided that I'm going to drive towards it. That's the key that's going to start your ignition, and then you can move forward. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much. I see some bad stuff about Kelly. I know a lot of it is, a lot of things can be tough. You're not alone. You got this, okay? Look at the support you have, even from people that none of us have even met. This is awesome, okay? You get knocked down, you get back up again, okay? That's my Gen X wish for you. I will see many of you, some of you. You will, if you're on the Destination Decluttered email mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. I'm sending out a really cool email this afternoon, this evening, today. If you haven't liked my TikTok page, Destination Decluttered, I would appreciate it. And I will see some of you. Tomorrow will be my last TikTok live for a while, but I will upload these ones and to the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. And until then, you got this, okay? Kelly, you got this. Crystal, you got this. Erin, you got this. Now I feel like I'm on Romper Room. Wendy, Ruth, Sandfox, Moody Bloom, Carol, Cooper Coffee, Sarita, Jen. Good night, everybody. That was from the, what do you call it? The Donnie and Marie show. Good night, everybody. May tomorrow be a perfect day. May you find love and laughter along the way. I'll finish that one later, all right? Bye-bye.